So today we're in Florida, and what we did was we poured a little footing under the skirting because the animals and the critters and everything was getting underneath and causing damage, and we didn't want that anymore. So I'm going to show you how we did it, and then at the end I'm going to talk about it more. So here we go. Okay, here's what's going on. If you live in Florida, they got park models. And right around these park models, they got this skirting that goes around. And if it's down on top of the concrete, like this house was, the front of the house is built, it's fine. But then when it's not on the concrete, where the concrete ends, you can see under there, then you're getting all kind of critters and everything coming in. And this stuff is not stable. They put pins in to hold it down, but all the critters are getting in here. So you look over here, same thing. They don't have anything stable, they leave it all open. Then you go around the back of the building and you look, and you can see where the critters are getting in underneath. And they're getting in underneath there. Looks like some kind of skull. And you get over here, it's all mulch. We don't want any mulch up against the building. Seen a guy throw a cigarette butt one time and almost burnt the house down. Caught into the mulch. Then you're getting bugs, you're getting critters digging through it. So get rid of the mulch. We're going to put concrete, a little footer in here, just so this sits on. We're going to go over here. I seen a lizard running under there. You see it? And let's go over here to see a little part of that finished job. Over here I did it. See? I poured that slab underneath, and then over here, these are my fake pavers, I call it, and I did a video on that. So that's what we're going to do, is pour a little footer and reattach the skirting to it. Well, the first thing we're going to do is get this all off of here and find out what's under here. I'm going to start taking these panels out. Get this stuff up, which all that's doing is laying in the ground. And they got these spikes in the ground. That's what's supposed to hold it. So that's where we're going to get rid of. We don't want that. Well, now we got the skirting off, so let's take a look underneath what's going on here. First of all, I don't like anything laying on the ground where any critters could get at it. So that's the air conditioning vents. All this is the hurricane straps. Now are they going to keep this thing from moving? I don't know, but we're going to clean this up. I'm going to lay my little footer down here and we'll go from there. Now as I'm going, I want to prove a point. Here's the air conditioning vents. What do we got? Holes in them. See the holes? Critters are getting in there. So I have to go through all this stuff. Now you can see why I'm putting these things in. So here's the plan. Look what they did here. They had this air conditioning in here. It was totally open. All the bats and everything could get down inside. Gonna pour a pad under here and complete that. Then I'm coming here and I'm pouring a pad to the other concrete, and I gotta make it this height. So I gotta come over here, go that way with a form, and then go this way. Okay, let's see what's going on. I got my line up, you see, and from here to there, I want the water running away from the house. And this is right even with there, which what it's supposed to be. And I got the line going all the way through, because what I want to do, can't do it with the water line, but I'm making myself pavers. You see them? And they're numbered. A, B, C, D, E, F. If I wanted to take this up, I could put pavers here because of the water and the sewer line. Just bring my form up to the line. Like that. Well, I got it all formed up. This is going to be solid under here. Then I built it up here to make sure it's higher than this. Came all the way down. Got a couple pieces of rebar. Just going to lay it on the ground. It doesn't have to go through the concrete. Now this is a little bit higher. Over here at the water line, I got to leave this open and do something different there. Clean this up, get ready. Now I'm going to mix the cement. Now this is what I'm using for the footer. Just add water, setting posts, sidewalks, floors, footing. You look in the back, which I got it wet. It says mixing instructions. Add water and mix thoroughly. Don't listen to those dry pour people. You're going to get in trouble. Okay, just add water and mix thoroughly. Okay, for what we're doing, that's fine. Mix thoroughly. Perfect. Now we're filling up behind the air conditioner. Got the little piece of rebar in there. It doesn't have to come to the top. Don't forget, rebar rust. Okay, and now I just got my edger. Just going around the sides to kind of pretty it up a little bit. It's not going to show. Everything's going to be hidden. But it just does a nicer job, that's all. Next day we're taking our forms off. Very simple. Well, we got that all done so far. One thing at a time. Down here where the water line goes, this is going to go right over the top. And we're just going to put brick in here. And then if we want to, we could always just pull the brick out. So that's what we're going to do. And now we're going to start putting this stuff on. This is what I'm going to use. These like plugs and these screws. And then I'm going to screw in here with my drill bit and start putting them in. I'm going to start in the back here. Put my first drill hole. I get my little plug and my screw. Now I could either screw it down in there or take a shortcut, which works just as good in my opinion. Well, I got my track installed, and now these are all a little bit bigger, so I gotta cut them back a little bit, just like this. Probably a lot of different ways to do it, but it's okay with me. I'll go down this way. That's it. And put a screw in here to hold it up. Done. Get this in here. Perfect. Okay, it's hard to get in here to see what I'm doing, but I'm putting this into like a little cradle. And I'm only going so far so they could get this out if they ever have to, and yet I won't get no critters in here. So I had it all laid out dry. Put some water in there. make sure everything's going to stick, and then put it in. No big deal. Go up like this. Make sure you got it there. Up here. And then if you want, you can do this. That way you know it sticks. Put this in here like that. No big deal. And then this will go right down in there. Like that. See that? And then probably gonna paint it white. So let it dry for a while and then we'll sponge it all off. Okay, we waited and we let this set up a little bit. And we are going to just get the sponge, take the water out of it, and then just sponge it. Make it all look nice and uniform. And then if we got to paint it later, we'll paint it or do whatever we got to do. Simple as that. See that? Simple. So yesterday we laid our block, and now we're going to be putting in our tracks. The same way we did the other one. Now what I've been doing is cutting this with the snippers to make sure it fits. And then when I get it to fit properly, so there won't be no rough edges around that thing, I'm just going to put a piece of tape around here. Just like that. It'll keep that rough edges from ripping into that thing. Go down. But you get what's going on here. That's the big thing. You get what's going on. There it is. Now, nothing's going to get in there like that. It's all sealed up. Okay, I'm on the back side. I got this part all formed. I raised it up over here. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to continue on. So now I'm continuing my project around back. And it's called the skirting footing. Now this might be a little bit of a tip for you, but I just got some regular, it's kind of dirt sand from around the thing. And what I want to do is put it around the side. So I just get like a little bit of Portland. This is regular Portland. 1, 2, maybe a little bit more. And then I'm just going to stir that up. That's going to harden that dirt. And the sand's already wet. So you don't have to go crazy with it. You just got to stir it up. See that? It's like mixing cement. And that's another line of defense to keep the critters from getting in there. So I mix this up pretty good so it gets all through there. Go around about 4 or 5 times. Like this. See that? So it's kind of mixed in there. And then I'm just going to throw it along the sides here. I'm just going to patch that around there a little bit. Alright. That's our second line of defense. Like that. And then just tamp it down. Now let's look at the end result. See, I poured these little pads here. They're all movable and you could pick them up. Then I hid the sore line and I put this little thing in where I could get at it. Then we put the lava rock down. You see how it's nothing can get in there? Then we came around the corner. We got to still do a little tape around that, but you see how that's all filled in, and they could get this out if they wanted to. And we come around this corner, and that's all sealed up. And this, when I did this, remember I just packed it? That's just so like the rain don't wash it away. It'll stay there pretty good. Animals could still dig in it a little bit if they wanted to, but just mostly sort of rain didn't get it. And see, all the rain gutters, they go out that way. You can see over there, rain gutter goes out that way, and that's it. It's all done. So I'm going to talk about this job a little bit. Like I said, we wanted to secure the skirting and keep all the critters from getting underneath. That was our big thing. And we're in Florida, it's not Pennsylvania. If this was Pennsylvania, I would dig a ditch about this deep, and I put pea gravel in it. Then I put my rebar on top, and then I would pour my little footer, because you don't want the frost picking at it up and down. You got to think like a railroad track. They're eating into the air conditioning tubing, and we didn't want that anymore. The rebar, you don't have to put it up inside the concrete. You can just let it lay in there. It still connects to it. But if you ever had to take it out and you got a jackhammer, you got that stuck in the middle, it's a nightmare. That's the way I look at it. When I was laying the blocks, I was using that S mortar. It's a premix, just put it in. All the rain from the rain gutters used to come down and soak into the ground. We didn't want that. So we got the rain gutters and we put it way out against the thing, let it go in towards the pond. That dirt and sand at the end, I just added some Portland, because Florida's all sand basically. And you just put it in and you put some trowelfuls of Portland in, and it hardens it up just enough so when it rains hard, it's not going to wash it away, and it's a little defense for the critters. And the sand's already wet, so you don't have to add any water to it. It's already in there. So something different from Florida. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike Haduck, and I'll see you in the next video.